The Laundrie's motion to dismiss the Petitos' lawsuit has been denied. Also, the Petitos are seeking messages sent between the Laundries and Brian. Let's get into some Gabby Petito case updates. Hey everyone, Empowering True Crime Alex here, and this is a great step for the Petitos who seek some type of justice for the death of Gabby as far as the Laundrie's involvement. So I wanted to read a couple of articles here that share more details about what's happening in the case. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified every time I have breaking news on that Gabby Petito case and any other true crime case. All right, let's get into it. So the first article is from News Nation, and it says here, Laundrie's motion to dismiss Petito's family suit has been denied. It says a judge has denied motions by Brian Laundrie's parents and their attorneys to dismiss the civil lawsuit filed against them by Gabby Petito's family. The case will move forward, and it's slated for trial on May 13th. 2024. Last year, Gabby's parents, Joe Petito and Nicole Schmidt, filed a civil lawsuit against Laundrie's parents, Chris and Roberta Laundrie. Schmidt and Petito accused the Laundries of intentional infliction of emotional distress. So that is what the lawsuit is for. Petito's parents claim the Laundries found out Brian murdered their daughter and did nothing other than release a statement through their attorney. The Laundries' attorney, Steve Bertolino, has been added as a co-defendant in the lawsuit. Meanwhile, Gabby's parents are also seeking messages sent between Brian Laundrie and his parents in a request for production that was filed Wednesday. And I'm going to show you that request. Petito's parents are asking for messages the Laundries exchanged with their son from August 27, 2021, which is the day Gabby Petito died, through the day Brian died. If you communicated with Brian Laundrie through any form of messaging services and or apps between August 27, 2021 through Brian's date of death, please provide all documents relating to your communications with Brian Laundrie during the relevant time frame. Petito's family attorney told News Nation they're close to receiving all the text messages between Brian Laundrie and his parents. Okay, and we'll get into that request for production in just a second. Here is another article. This is from Fox News, and the headline says, Gabby Petito, judge delivers blow to Laundrie family as civil suit appears headed to trial. The Gabby Petito civil lawsuit in Florida appears headed to trial after a judge denied all of the motions to dismiss the case and gave the defendants 10 days to respond. So that was that they wanted to dismiss the case on different grounds and also having Steve Bertolino as a co-defendant. The suit argues that Brian Laundrie's parents and their attorney, Steve Bertolino, knew that Petito was dead when they issued a public statement on September 14th that said they hoped she's reunited with her parents. At the time, law enforcement was investigating Petito's disappearance as a missing person. And I'm going to link up the last hearing, and that also includes the statement that was made. I went ahead and found the statement. I'll still have a link if you want to watch the last hearing where the different sides presented their arguments. The statement was, it is our understanding that a search has been organized for Miss Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. On behalf of the Laundrie family, it is our hope the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Miss Petito is reunited with her family. On the advice of counsel, the Laundrie family is remaining in the background at this juncture and will have no further comment. And so part of the issue with that statement is that they brought up at the hearing where they were discussing their arguments is that they were saying that that statement saying that Miss Petito is reunited with her family could mean reunite her body. And I think that's the part where it's like the intentional infliction of emotional distress, because why would you say that if you knew that Gabby was dead? It seems really harsh for somebody who knows that their son killed this girl to say that. And it wasn't just this girl, it was his fiance who lived with the Laundries, right? Okay, so let's continue. That's the statement here. It says the suit argues that Brian Laundrie's parents and their attorney, Stephen Bertolino, knew that Petito was dead when they issued a public statement on September 14, 2021 that said they hoped she reunited with her parents. At the time, law enforcement was investigating Petito's disappearance as a missing person case. The trial is scheduled for May 2024. After review of all factual allegations in the second amended complaint and all reasonable inferences arising from the allegations in favor of the Petitos, it can be reasonably inferred that the conduct alleged was directed toward the Petitos because the statement references her family twice. Florida Judge Danielle Brewer wrote in Wednesday's decision, Bertolino told Fox News Digital that he's disappointed in the judge's decision, but it was not unexpected. At this stage of the process, the plaintiff's allegations have to be accepted as true, and the court cannot consider anything not contained in the complaint. As the process moves forward, I am confident the plaintiffs will not be able to provide the proof necessary to support their baseless allegations. Laundrie's parents argued that the case should be dismissed because the plaintiffs must be present for the infliction of emotional distress. And Bertolino argued that his reunited with her family statement could mean Petito's remains would be reunited with her family according to court documents. I mean, even the fact that they're using that as an argument now seems like really shitty, right? I don't know about you guys, but that's just the way I feel. The judge ruled that both arguments fell short of the legal threshold to toss the case. In her ruling, Brewer said that the references to Petito's family undermined the Laundries' argument. To the extent the Laundries made additional arguments to support dismissal in their motion or at the hearing as to same, the court has determined that none are sufficient to preclude the court at the motion to dismiss stage from concluding that the second amended complaint. Brewer wrote, in a separate filing, the Florida Circuit Court ruled that Bertolino's statement on September 14th on its own doesn't constitute outrageous conduct, but that when taken collectively with other statements, it does. The filing specifically mentions a statement on September 19th when Petito's remains were found at a campsite near Jackson, Wyoming. Taking all alleged facts as true and making reasonable inferences in favor of Petito's family, reasonable inferences could be made that the defendant Bertolino knew everything his clients knew and still acted as alleged in the second amended complaint, Brewer said in her ruling. That was to dismiss Bertolino as a co-defendant. Whether or not the conduct alleged in the lawsuit was done as a matter of right in a permissible way is a question for another day under a different review standard. Both rulings stress that this is just one step in an ongoing court case. The ruling does not determine what happened to Gabby Petito. Instead, today's ruling is technical in nature, both judgments said. It determines only whether Gabby Petito's parents, the plaintiffs, stated a valid claim against the defendants. The judge gave the Laundries family and Bertolino 10 days to respond to the Petito's lawsuit. Chris and Roberta Laundrie have not been criminally charged in connection with Petito's death, but this civil case, is bringing out details of the deadly cross-country trip in 2021, like the letter, the burn after reading letter. That was another thing that came out from that same hearing where the attorneys made their arguments. Brian claimed responsibility for Petito's death in a note found with his remains on October 20th. According to the FBI, Laundrie died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Near his decomposed remains, they found a handwritten S note and confession preserved in a dry bag and other personal effects. In the note, first published by Fox News Digital, Brian Laundrie declared, "I ended her life. I thought it was merciful, that it was what she wanted, but I see now all the mistakes I made," he wrote. "I panicked and I was in shock." Okay, so here is the portion that I wanted to reference, is the request for production. And it says all messages you exchange with Brian Laundrie between August 27, 2021 through Brian's date of death via any form of messaging services and or apps, including but not limited to Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, WeChat, or any other form of text messaging. If you communicated with Brian Laundrie through any form of messaging services and or apps between August 27, 2021 through Brian's date of death, please provide all documents relating to your communications with Brian Laundrie during the relevant time frame. For example, if you communicated with Brian Laundrie through Facebook Messenger, you as an account holder may access, produce, and authenticate information from your accounts by using Facebook's Download Your Information tool, which is accessible through the settings drop-down menu, which I didn't know. So that's really cool. That's good to know. And so, I mean, if that were me, I would probably ask for even before August 27th, but at the very least, if they're really just sticking to the Laundries knew about the Gabby's death, then they stick to that specific time period. So the defendants still have 10 days to respond to the judge's remarks, and we'll see what happens, but it sounds like as of this point that this is going to trial in May 2024. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Do you think that this is fair? Do you think that this is just? What do you think? Look forward to hearing your comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you subscribe for more breaking news in the Gabby Petito case and other true crime cases. Also, like this video if you learned something and if you enjoy my style of covering true crime. All right, everyone, remember to always follow your intuition, stay safe, stay thriving, and keep it empowering. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications. Thank you.